Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and we're getting ready for the Benet Emery Show coming up at 8 Central. And before I get to that, I want to thank you guys for watching, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Report. Now, with the Dallas Cowboys losing yesterday, all of the talking heads around there were just happy as can be. They had a little extra bounce in their step today because the Dallas Cowboys lost the game. And even better, Dak Prescott didn't look that great. So they had all of the hate that they would want together. They have all the controversy that they want. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, stop feeding the beast. That's right, stop feeding the beast. They're getting exactly what they want. They're getting clicks left and right. All they have to do is try and divide up Cowboy Nation because they know you've got the Tony Romo group, you got the Dak Prescott group. And if they can get into the middle of it, everything they say is going to make them money. And what drives me crazy is you would think that Dak Prescott is the only NFL quarterback that's ever had a bad game. I mean, seriously. Because when you look around at what happened to the Dallas Cowboys, I was looking at the headlines, but yet I only saw Dak Prescott, Tony Romo. I didn't see anything about Derek Carr, MVP candidate, who took his team that was sitting in second place as far as the playoff seedings go to Kansas City. Went to Kansas City and he laid an egg. Derek Carr looked worse than his brother David Carr. In fact, he looked worse than Brandon Whedon. He looked terrible. And they went from being in second place seed to being the fifth seed. And the big thing on that is, that's huge. Because you want to be playing in Oakland, the black hole, having home field advantage, as opposed to going to maybe Pittsburgh or Baltimore or to New England. You don't want to play, or Kansas City, you don't want to play on the road. So that loss was huge. Yet, none of the talking heads were talking about that. Okay. But that game did happen Thursday night, so we'll let them get away with that. Well, you had Russell Wilson throw five interceptions, laying an egg after last week they're talking about Seattle being back, that they may be the favorite to go ahead and win it all. Well, they were in second place as far as seeding goes. And by losing that game, all of a sudden, they're going to probably have to go on the road to try and make it to the Super Bowl. That loss is huge, but yet, did you see any headlines about that? I didn't. I only saw Tony Romo, Dak Prescott. Should Tony be starting? Should Dak be benched? That's what I saw. But let's take the game that we had. What seems to be lost in this mix is it was just a bad offensive performance on both sides of the field. It's not like Eli Manning was lighting it up. Eli Manning was pathetic. He had 2 fumbles. He had an interception and should have had 3 more that were thrown right to the defenders. He could have literally had 7 turnovers in that game. And had it not been for the one play that Odell Beckham made a great run on all the way to the end zone, they would have lost that game. Yet, nobody's talking about Eli Manning. For whatever reason, Dak Prescott has to be above and beyond any other quarterback that's in the NFL because the scrutiny that he is getting after one bad game is just unbelievable. And it's not right. What really takes the cake to me, though, is there's some fans out there, some people call you Romosexuals, that were literally happy that Dak Prescott and the Cowboys lost. And I'm kind of shaking my head. See, as much as we like individual players, it's a team game. It's about the team. So I don't understand how you can be a Dallas Cowboy fan and root for them to lose because you don't like one player. So, guys, my advice is that you root for the team, hope for the best, and get behind the players that are on the field. If it ends up being that Tony Romo is the starter, support him fully. If it ends up being that Dak Prescott is the starter, support him fully. But don't let the talking heads out there be the ones to dictate what you think. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you for watching, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Report. Have a great night.